Now let's continue with this ongoing crusade against these nasty dogs and their nasty owners. As I mentioned in a previous video, there are several women on dating websites, possibly men as well, who say that it is a must that you are a dog lover in order to date them. Someone suggested that I elaborate on this topic, and I thought, why not? Because the depth of these people's obsession with these mutts is so extreme that it is required by them that you allow their dog to lick on you if you want to date them, that you rub all over their dog if you want to date me. Think about that. How sick is that? That you're okay with their dog laying on the sofa or in the bed next to you or on top of you. You can't fully bond with a dog lover unless you also bond with their dog. In their minds, the mutt is a part of them just as much as a child would be. Now, it would be reasonable if a single mother says that you must love children in order to date her. But this is not a child. This is not a human. You're dealing with sick weirdos with homes, automobiles, and physical bodies that is contaminated by dog slobber, bugs, ticks and fleas, parasites, bacteria, viruses, dog shit, and dog piss. It's another way of saying you can't date me unless you are as disgusting as I am. A study done in California concluded sleeping with animals, kissing them, letting them lick on you can make you sick, obviously. Bacterial infections that can be acute and involve pneumonia, abscesses, or even blood infection have been attributed to sharing a bed with pets, being licked on by mutts and kissing them. In one case, an infant contracted pasteurellosis after two family dogs had licked the hands of the infant's 2-year-old brother, who then let the infant suck on his little finger. A couple was plagued by MRSA infections until the source was traced to a family dog that slept with them and licked their faces. This is a type of staph infection, which literally is a bacteria that eats your flesh. They say in the United States, the most common parasitic zoonoses linked to dogs were caused by hookworms and roundworms. Of course, I've dealt with this before. These are disgusting parasites that live not only in your intestines, but throughout your entire body. I heard one female say that she found a worm in her vagina, right? Some scientists have suggested that these worms can get transferred to humans after contact with the eggs on a dog's fur. So simply by rubbing these mutts, you can catch a parasitic infection. This is why I advise people to avoid physical contact with animal lovers, especially dog lovers. These people are so disgusting and contaminated. They truly are a different class of human beings altogether. In my opinion, psychologically, dog lovers are part human and part animal, part dog. They literally participate in animal behavior and lifestyle. For example, humans do not greet each other by licking each other, sniffing each other's assholes, right? Yet they allow their dogs to lick on them whenever the dog wants. If you watched a person piss and shit on the ground, then step in it and place their hands in it, you would not allow that person into your home to lay on your bed and sit on your furniture. But they allow dogs to do this. And the list goes on of the things that are not tolerated by humans that are tolerated by dogs and these mutt lovers. So these people literally live like dogs. In the back of their minds, they know this is abnormal. So they require that a potential mate is abnormal as well, because they are well aware that if you are an evolved human being who has evolved beyond primitive cavemen, you won't relate well with their lifestyles, and you shouldn't want to. No matter how attractive a woman is, if she is a dog lover, she is utterly disgusting. The same applies to men. They are unclean people. As difficult as it is to find a compatible mate who you relate well with and have lots of things in common with, perhaps even common goals, right? They may have been looking for this mate, this type of connection for years. They're willing to pass you by and give up that connection and that find if you are not a mutt lover. These are people with severe mental disorders, emotional disorders that causes them to value dogs more than a potential mate, more than humans, and even more than their own kids. As someone in the comment section mentioned to one of my videos, people spend more time with their dogs than they do their own children. They go out walking with their dog every day. As I mentioned on Twitter, they follow their dog around all day taking pictures of it. They don't do that with their kids. They're not out here spending all this quality time with their kids. They want their kids to get away from them, to go play somewhere. They don't want to be bothered with their children. It is a drug addiction for these people. You understand? Just like drug addicts neglect their family, these mutt lovers neglect their family to feed their addiction to this disgusting dumbass mutt. Right? They tell their own children that the dog is their brother or sister, that it is family. They give dogs the exact same status as a child would have that they birthed into the world themselves. This is a very sick behavior, weird behavior. These are the types of people that have sexual intercourse with dogs. Bestiality is more common than you think. The bestiality website, the social media website, where people who engage in bestiality meet up and talk about their experiences, is up to over 1.6 million members. You can visit the website yourself. I'll leave a link in the description box. Right? Bestiality movies and websites are in demand for a reason. All of the states that have legalized bestiality porn are shown in green. And as you can see, bestiality is legal in 4 states in America. In the year 2000, it was legal in 26 states. This would not be the case if nobody engaged in this behavior. I've seen women post photos on social media websites of themselves in their panties, laying in the bed, snuggled next to their dog. I'm sure many of you have seen photos like this. I saw one photo where this woman allowed the dog to rest its face on her crotch while laying in bed. Right? They call dogs handsome. They have t-shirts that say, "I'm not single, I have a dog." If there is anybody who should be suspected of having sex with dogs, it is these types of people. Right? You have to understand, these people run rampant throughout this society. One of the reasons people are so crazy about dogs is because many of them are having intercourse with those dogs. So my advice to all civilized human beings who have evolved beyond cavemen, do not ever consider dating a dog lover.